had a great question that actually came through the WTF divorce community, which is about what do you do if a co-parent doesn't follow
That's a
an
tough one.
order? It is a tough one.
Hey, welcome to the WTF Divorce Podcast. My name is Rob Roseman. On this show, we talk about everything divorce, whether you're thinking about divorce, going through it, or figuring out life after. Divorce, co-parenting, dating. We cover it all and break it into short clips so it's easy for you to find and learn from. If you want more help, head on over to WTFdivorce.com. Thanks for listening. On to today's show. Real quick, let's talk about the sponsor. Today's WTF Divorce episode is brought to you by Soberlink. If you're going through a divorce and custody case involving alcohol, Soberlink is the solution for you. More on Soberlink at the end of the show. Now, on to today's episode. This is a question we got on our WTF Divorce Instagram. In this clip, we have Tamar Burris, a divorce and co-parenting coach. You can find Tamar at www.tamarburris.com. And she's talking with Daren Douglas. Daren is a life coach for divorce recovery. You can find him on Instagram at Husband's Diary with Daren.
Man, it can go so many different ways. Like what part of the agreements on co-parenting are they not following, and how long has it been going on? How's the communication between the co-parents? What do you think?
Yeah, this is a hard one to dig into without knowing more information because, like you're saying, what's the communication like? You know, what is this order about that they're not following? How long has it been? Do they have a history of not following orders? So, you know, generally I would say if there's something important to you that's in the co-parenting agreement that you need to have followed and it's not being followed, you start with communication if you can. And if you communicate through an app, you say it in the app, hey, I would like to remind you, like, this is part of our agreement, and so it needs to happen. Or, you can flesh it out with different kind of language, but something like that, just pointing out this is something that needs to happen. Hey, it could be even friendlier. Noticed last week that this didn't happen. We have to make sure that we stay on track with it. Let's keep trying, kind of a thing, but just reminding them that that's there. If you've gone there and it's not working, and this is something that isn't, again, this has to be something that's really important to you to keep, because you can go down a whole rabbit hole and you can spend a lot of time and money on this. So you have to think about whether this is an agreement, this is part of the order that you absolutely need. If you don't need it and you can be flexible in some other ways and get around it, then sometimes that's the easiest way to handle it. But otherwise, you can take it to your attorney, you can take it back to court, you can try and get them to enforce it. But it's a long and difficult road, and it's not necessarily
and it's expensive
guaranteed.
too. And I think some things that you want. I'm glad you said communicate first. But you mentioned apps too. What apps do you recommend?
Well, I really like our Family Wizard. It's just nice and clean, and it encompasses pretty much everything. But there are so many. There's Talking Parents. There's a ton of them, and it really just depends on what works best for you and like what exactly you're looking for in an app. But the apps are great because the apps that are set up for this, that are set up for co-parenting situations, most of them have the messaging component is something that is admissible in court, and it keeps it all tidy and together for you. And you can put it away. It's not texting, it's not emailing, it's not phone calls. So you can choose when you're going to open it, and you can choose the moment in which you're calm and you're ready and you're ready to read.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And something I wanted to add on to it is taking notes. Note the time that this happened and the circumstances regarding it, so that when over time you have something to, if it gets that bad, you have something to present to your attorney. And I really hope it doesn't get that bad. I hope that the communication gets better, but there are circumstances where you have to go back to your attorney and fight in court, and it's unfortunate. But know that being like the word co-parent, you're a parent, right? The kids must be first. What is best for the kids in that circumstance? Would it be battling in that moment, or would it be backing off and kind of asking the kids if it's a drop-off circumstance, if they want to have the kids an extra day, get the kids' input, know what's going on there in the kid's brain, and learn what they're thinking as well. Do what's best for the kids. And if it's best for the kids that person isn't in their lives, then yeah, keep going to court. Keep battling, please. But there are different circumstances that we always have to consider the kids because we're talking about co-parenting. Focus on the kids.
Yeah. And that's important that you said, I was thinking about that. If it's something that's so strong that the kids would be better off without the parent in their life, that is something to consider, because we don't know what this order is that we're talking about, right? I mean, if this is something about safety and there's something that's extreme, then you're going to bypass the communication aspect and you're going to go right to the authorities, because you absolutely do have to put your kids first and you have to make sure that they're safe. So there's a broad spectrum of the kind of orders we're talking about here.
It comes as no surprise that not all divorces are created equal. While some divorces are collaborative and amicable, others are painful, accusatory, and may simply have you thinking, what the F? If you're co-parenting with an ex-spouse who abuses alcohol, this is a sobering reality. The folks at Soberlink want to help. Soberlink's alcohol monitoring system is the most convenient, reliable, and reasonable way for a parent to provide evidence that they are not drinking during parenting time. The system's real-time alerts, facial recognition, and tamper detection ensure the integrity of each test, so you can be confident that your kids are with a sober parent. With Soberlink, judges rest assured that your child is safe, attorneys get court-admissible evidence of sobriety, and both parents have empowerment and peace of mind. The WTF divorce community is here to help shed light on the fact that whatever you're going through, you are not alone. If Soberlink is reaching you at the exact time that you need it, visit www.soberlink.com/WTF to sign up and get $50 off your device. That's www.soberlink.com/WTF.